And we're back here. At least we should be back. So gridding will happen in a few seconds. So here we are, grilling for duel 2. And now let's try to get that logo out of the picture again. So the logo should be gone by now again.
User in your channel timed out.
Hey everyone, Gentleman here, going to call the start of this race. Silo has disappeared briefly. So here we are ready for the start of Duel 2, the realistic NASCAR Kyoto 400. Green flag's out. Raxtor gets a good jump on that start, leading away from Dombrowski. Stefanov comes on the inside. Clean start on like race 1. So Braxtor has good lead. Freeway draft gonna catch up to Braxtor. That's Blaha, Dabrowski, and Stephen Martin. At the back, Dabrowski and Blaha just ahead of him. They have caught Braxtor. Braxtor leads the first couple laps.
User joined your channel.
So lap 1 is over. Having some technical issues here, but they are solved now. We've
When
got
are
the
you not having technical issues, Silo?
Well, that's a good question. Did you commentate in my absence?
Yes, I did. I called start.
Great. So my computer where I'm using TV Director from died actually. And, also I do team speaking from there because via the other computer it would sound badly, very badly. Anyways, everything is alive again. Sorry for the technical problems once more.
Yeah, Braxtor got good start on him. Got ahead, but Blauhoff, Dabrowski, and Martin hooked up. Closed him back in, and now Dabrowski and Blauhoff are pulling a gap out. And Martin and Braxtor unable to work together. Everyone else behind spread out evenly. So the only two working really well together right now are Dabrowski and Blauhoff.
Similar to what we've seen in race 1, we also had only Homburg and the Grand Push really working well together. And I think Stefanov slowly approaches Martin and Braxata there. Very slowly though.
If they are inefficiently drafting, if they are more battling it out, it will slow them down a little bit. Not necessarily natural speed, but just in track position, they spend more time jostling among each other, and instead of like keeps on one car by himself, could, in theory, catch two people drafting badly together.
Dabrowski with the fastest lap, 38.87. But now it really seems that they are starting to work better with each other. Fastest lap by Rumblov, 38.35.
Of course, you've got all of these racers in the same TeamSpeak channel, so they could, in theory, be talking to each other. I just started listening in, and I haven't heard anything yet. The independent racing mates driver Thiel's catching, Melon is catching Yelinov.
Yeah, it really looks like that. They could set up a draft in a bit.
Yeah, those two could hook up, and they could reel in Stefanov. Stefanov was just over a second behind, now he's just over 2 seconds behind Martin and Braxator.
In race 1 I tried to explain if a 3-car draft would work here. I would guess so, but I'm not sure. What's your opinion about it?
It would, if you worked it right, it would definitely work. You know, the way a 3-car draft needs to work here, that's just the way the drafting model is. It is the way it's the fastest. It's, well, you know, in the Kyoto 500, we always had the Fragmaster guys in it, our computer runnings. And, you know, they always had their draft style that they enforced on their server, and it does work. It does work when you can do it that way, but you can't really enforce it that way. There was kind of a rule that that's the way you had to draft in their servers, but, you know, in an actual event, you basically do what you need to do to what you think you need to do. But the way the 3-car draft works, whoever's the middle of the 3 cars always stays in the middle. He goes to overtake first, then the car that's behind him goes to overtake him, and you just keep doing that. You just keep twisting around like that. So yeah, it can work. It's executed appropriately.
So far Melon and Velinov do not cooperate that way. They really make room, not even to Stefanov. Stayed pretty much the same over the last few laps, and then Velinov nearly took a deep look at the grass on the inside there. All those running side by side on the straight really makes you slower compared to other cars driving in single file, one behind each other there.
It can do two things. It can make you have to run a longer lap, which will take longer. It's going to get the longer bit of distance to go, you know, if you're on the outside. It can also make you have to take turns at a sharper angle. What really helps you keep the speed is if you arc the turns, make them really smooth, straighten them out as much as you can, so you start all the way out against the wall for the turn, hit the apex in the middle, then pull back out. That way you straighten the turn as much as you can. That way you don't have to scrub off so much speed when you're turning.
Everything singled up in between of those two crowd groups. Stefanov running all by his own. Not far in front of him there's Martin. And it seems like there has been some contact, because if I look at this,
I was just wondering how he got dropped so far back. But yeah, Stefanov, that's one thing you sometimes do if you fall back from someone, instead of hoping they fall back to you, you just fall back to the next person behind. That way you can try to have someone draft it. If you do it right, you can up and then catch back up.
We we see Martin trying to do so. They seem to work pretty well with each other so far.
Dabrowski won the leaders, giving a question mark. Didn't see what happened. Blauhoff's falling back though. I wonder if they had been contact or something. I don't see any real damage or evidence of that.
Maybe just a sort of miscommunication and Blauhoff had to lift or something. And our safety car driver timed out. Let's see if Blauhoff catches up to Dabrowski. Otherwise, he's got quite a significant gap to the guys behind him so far.
Yeah, that Dabrowski would need to kind of backpedal a bit to let Blauhoff catch. Blauhoff taking a high line, that's another way you can try to, of course, it takes a little longer to get around the track when you run high. You run high, that lets the guy behind catch up, you don't have to actually slow down as much. But this would be when it would still have been good if somehow Martin and Braxford were still together in any way, because then they could be catching up. Instead now, Martin and Stefanov are working together from even further back to try and catch up.
Especially when he started driving this higher lane, he was much closer to Dabrowski, and he has to hope that he can work well together with Braxator. Otherwise, he just loses track position for no reason, or for no efficiency failure he gains. So now they are the two are together to draft with each other. They start their chase now with 3.6 seconds behind Dabrowski. waiting for the next gap to see how much they gained in respect of the leader. With about 30 laps to go. They are now down to 3.3 seconds. That are 3/10. Bloff now telling his drafting partner to come on, and so to get faster, get this more precise. Isn't too happy about him, it seems. .1, about 1.5 of a second they gained on the last lap. I guess he thinks it's too slow. Down to 3 seconds. Behind them, Stefanov and Martin are working together. And also Melin and Balinov. So the next gap for Roxata Bloff team. .5 seconds. That have been 5/10 of a second in the last 2 laps. If they keep up this velocity, they should catch them with about 20 laps to go or so. And if they then start to cooperate well and do a 3-car draft, it would be quite big. Velinov lost connection, he's out of the race, leaving 6 drivers here in the race. Velinov comes out of pit lane once more. I don't know if he's allowed to do that. I doubt it. There goes the be careful car. They are also visually closing in. 1.9 they are behind. Good pace by those two now. And behind them, Steve Martin and Stefanov are also on a pretty equal level. Maybe I'd lose my bet now. One laps to go, and they are still not that close behind Dabrowski to catch him next lap. Well, 1.5 second average if you take those two as one car. .0, 1.1 in average. Although that last lap wasn't the best one of those two, but they are about to catch him next lap, on the lap after the next one. They're pretty close now. .6. Not quite have them. Not quite in the draft of the 88, but now they should be. Yes, they are. Loft uses the outside lane, keeping the draft of the 88. And now they are trying to set up a 3-car draft. Jonathan Palmer explained it a bit earlier. Love stays in the middle. But they nearly have lost Braxata there. They're going to lap Velinov soon, who scored 31 laps down. The gap to Steve Martin is pretty big, so they should not interfere with him next 15 laps at least. Unless they are doing something stupid now. Fast race so far, no caution. And the safety car driver keeps having problems. Let's hope to not see a safety car, but I guess there's 3 up in front and should be well settled. Lorf also made several appearances in NDR Oval event, so I guess he knows how to behave here. The most crucial point of the race will be the last lap. Those 3 get racy and try to win. Own contact! That was a big side greeting contact. Saying, hello door, that's my door. At least both cars having a big white part in their skins, so there is not too much color shared there. So the 04 car left pretty much room, but well, Blorhoff and Dabrowski fell back a bit, while Braxata is pulling away up in front. Half a second should be only momentarily. 11 to go. 10 at the line. And now they are back up at the leader, and now even in the spot where the sun shines. Contact! Big time! Spinning cars! 2 spinners! And Braxata goes through the pit lane. And it's a full course yellow. We've got a caution on the speedway. Braxata crawling out back on the racetrack. Hope that doesn't get a blend line violation penalty. Blorhoff still in second position. This shows you how big that gap between the top 3 and Stephen Martin was. Okay, I would have thought this caution would come out a bit later in the race, but anyways, it came out. So, position rundown, 7 cars in the race. Dabrowski leads. Oh! Contact! With Volinov. What on earth is happening here? Volinov, sorry. And whoa, don't pull away. Stop and go penalty for Volinov. Well, I guess he stood in, and now he comes in to serve it. He should, well. Volinov comes directly into the pit lane, trying to serve that penalty. I guess he will see just in some moments that he will get this penalty reassigned. Oh gosh. So he did his stop and go penalty. Stephen Martin goes to the back of the line. He's pretty slow. He's really very slow. If it's because of car damage, I really hope that he goes into the pit lane. Volinov overtakes him. Did he run out of fuel or what happened there? So now Volinov lets him through again. Very interesting stuff going on here in that caution. So one to go. So safety car comes in this time by. Double file restart. Dabrowski in front of Blohoff and Stefanov. Then Braxator in 4th position. So the guys are still pretty close to each other. Still very interesting in respect of what happened there. So, safety cars pulling in. And Stephen Martin, that's the 04 guy. Caution is still out and the green flag flies. And Stefanov diving to the inside, diving onto the lowest lane, and thereby he gets the lead into turn 2. No, he didn't get it, because on the outside those two are bump drafting with each other. And look at this difference in pace. Dabrowski and Blohoff bump drafting their way to the start finish line, and Dabrowski takes the lead after the restart. And now he's passed Braxator overtaking him, and Mellon is to his inside and takes a look into turn 3. But Dabrowski and Blorhoff, they are pulling away with their pump drafting technique. Dabrowski and Blorhoff with a 0.00 margin between them in the last lap. And Stephen Martin back in 6th position. There's Velinov who rejoined. So, but over here, Blorhoff and Dabrowski changed again to traditional drafting. Blorhoff nearly with some wall scratching there. Those two will make the win because Braxato is with 1.5 seconds pretty far back on his own. And we enter the last lap of the race. Blorhoff or Dabrowski. Advantage now for Blorhoff. But he goes into the final turn as leader, then blocking the inside, the very inside. This could be it. Oh, contact there! No way that this worked out for Dabrowski. Blorhoff wins this race. Blorhoff wins in front of Dabrowski, then Braxato, Stefanov, Milin and Stephen Martin. Only 38 minutes. Fast racing. And if you ignore that we had a caution here, Blorhoff comes down to the line to celebrate a bit. There he is. A big burnout there. And now some donuts. So, race 1 was won by Ronnie Kronpusch, race 2 was won by Roman Blorhoff. Now one can, think about if this has something to do with the names that everyone wins who has an R in his first name. Just joking, of course. Anyways, Blorhoff wins the second race, and almost perfect race, as said in the chat. Can agree. Not much happened there, which is rather a good sign in this context. And so in this place also thank you to Jonathan Palmer, who was here in the brief time where my system crashed and who took over commentating the start of the race. I think that was quite a nice evening. I hope you had fun with this stream and well, also with those graphics on the stream, on the screen, and on the stream also. Yes. What else to say? Tomorrow there is Super GT. Tune in or drive, or I don't know what your role will be, but this should be quite spectacular from West Hill International. Or West Hill International reversed even, don't know. And on Monday, if you like, watch me failing at City Liga Round 2 on the NDR TV stream. But most importantly, next week we will have the full Kyoto 400 race. And the Kyoto 400 will be definitely be full of action. You've seen a little bit of the action here already. Blohoff as comeback winner after losing contact to the guys in front, and so on. So I guess also in the name of Jonathan Palmer, so long everybody, and see you next week. And look out in the forums for the post when for a thread when this starts, when the Kyoto 400 is live. In the meantime, race on. See you.